Newbell, happy birthday. Myrna made it in first. Cosmo Girl, let's see what you say. I'm telling you, Walt burgers are getting jelly right now because nothing burgers are gaining popularity. Hello, Edgar Misplaced. It's good to see you. Hello, Woodsy. Unfortunately, it's pretty much a nothing burger today. So far, and it's going too quickly. All right, I'm trying to rein it in, guys. Hello, Kit. Let's see. Thank you, Divine Creator, for providing the financial ability for me to retire from my profession and create the home and property I visualized. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You got to think that way. Eat dollar menton. Yeah, all right. That's a mouthful. Hello, Greg. Hello, Red, White, and Blonde. Hello, Chef Melanisa. It's good to see you. I saw somebody comment to Linda Lyons. I hope that means she is with us. You have been missed. Hello, Tahoe Builder. Hello, Doug J. Dr. Connie. Hi from, hello, down in Oz. Hello, Cassie Keys. Hello, Barry. Let's see. I went to the bank yesterday, was talking with a friend in there, and she verified that they have been training on the new QFS system. She said it is unreal what is coming and taking place. I love those real life bank stories from you guys. Mary, you are correct. They don't taste like much, do they? We have so much going on, though. So it's positive. Let's see. White Wolf, here's another nationwide. Republican lawmakers in at least 6 states have introduced legislation that would require all ballots to be counted by hand instead of machines, according to the Associated Press. Oh, that would have been a good one to share. There have been a couple of states that have pushed on that one. It's going to make for an interesting 2022. Take back the world. I'm looking for Nacera before then. Turd Ferguson, are they hiding me? A lot of it is just Trolling News Network hasn't finished picking up the speed that, let's see. Yeah, there's only 14,000 subscribers on it, so it doesn't get pushed to the front. They keep them a little bit buried. More people subscribe, then it'll be easier to find. Taylor Rudd, it's absolutely going to. The question is the when? Ron thinks it's going into April. What do you guys think? I mean, give me your real gut feeling. What do you think? I think we're going to finish the end of March very early April, although I think we'll make it in March. But I'd be curious to get you all's take on this one. Nobody knows the exact timing. I don't know how many times I got to repeat that one, but based on what we're seeing, seating of the government to 26, the court case on April 4th, I think they absolutely have to get it done before then. But I am curious, what are you guys feeling in your, down in your gut? Ted's feeling end of March. Sandy is thinking today. Renee likes the months that start with an M, March or May. Karen is thinking now. Manuel's thinking RV by June. Cassie Keys thinking the 4th. Larry, JFK Jr.'s birthday at the end of it. When is his birthday? I got to find that one out. A lot of you guys are probably JFK Jr.'s B-Day. Let's see if we can figure that one out. November 25th, 1960 is his birthday. Okay, that doesn't check out, unfortunately. Honeyguard's feeling this week. Beth is worried that it's never happening. Thomas, end of March, March 27th. A lot of marches. All right, Roaring Scribe, you got this one. Guest, first application since I got sick. Wish me luck. Praying for you. Yeah. Darren, stop it. Darren, stop it. I'm done with that. MS is feeling 4-4. Sue by Easter, God willing. Busy me, I'm with you. Any day is wide open. Hello, Windrider. I'm seeing me. Apollo says nothing happens till the event. Hello, Kathy. It is. It makes it tough. Kathy kind of sums this one up. So hard to call with what's going on. There is so much going on right now. It does make it difficult. Wow, Walter, thank you. Jeffrey Metzgar, thank you. Wow, good morning. 2 loans paid off. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Cross-eyed Patriots, I'm with you. Home needs a lot. I need a lot. Mark G likes March 27th because it's Mark G's birthday. I like that too. Tim likes March 23rd. It's a friend of mine's birthday on March 23rd, so I'm certain she's pulling for that one too. Patty likes Sunday 320, the equinox. Tug, it's good to see you. I like that. Get her done. Asher, my 40th birthday's May 30th. Please make the RV happen by then. Asher, mine's the 24th, like 6 days ahead of yours. So I think, worst case, we split the difference and we celebrate. Like buy ourselves a L39 or something and go flying. Because you got to admit that would be fun. All right, if you guys don't know what that is, I am going to pull it up and show you. And then we'll get into news. Don't worry, we're going to get there. The L39 Albatross, Russian trainer. Of course, a lot of Air Forces still use this plane. I had the privilege of flying in a 2-seater L39 that a dentist in Winston-Salem has. When a friend of mine was doing the annual service on it, I got to fly in the other seat. It was amazing. Planted your head. He got approval to shoot through 10,000 feet after takeoff. We left the end of the runway just about vertical. I think I still wear the grin from getting to flying that thing, and take the controls for a bit. All right, yeah. And surprisingly, 150, 200 grand, you can buy one of these puppies. Post RV and post medbed until they get us our flying craft so I can go visit Mars and Neptune, right? All right, let me put on the hat to deliver it, or deliver, unfortunately. Diane says May 25th for me. I'm thinking that's your birthday. Archbishop Davis, I'm with you. I'm still of the mindset it is any day, as they have prepped this thing and they are getting closer and closer. Donna, I love this one. Donna said April Fool's Day. That will throw off a lot of people. They'll think it's a joke. How many times have we awakened to that? Some troll in Dinarland posting about how the values changed and messing with it. You're right. It would be the perfect day to do it. All right, guys. It's the hat. It's the news. And unfortunately, I'm giving you a massive nothing burger. I mean, I have heard literally nothing. I can tell you that my redemption sources are on call this weekend, haven't been scheduled to work. At least that's what they're being told as of Tuesday evening. So no change there, unfortunately. Bond folks, I'm hearing chatter that some of them have gone, but none of my folks have any dollars in hand. So personally, I don't think, other than the 1-2% that some of them have received to keep them in place, have any real dollars at this point. I wish I had more to tell you, but that's unfortunately all I got. It's a massive nothing burger again today. Let's see how bad the hate is. Sheila did answer back, Diamond, for you, but it's she's just frustrated like you and I are frustrated. No big news for you. Let's see. Spoke with my friend in Europe. He said they have a live IQD and VND rate. That's in Europe. I can't find anybody that has been able to exchange. Putin announced no more purchasing of foreign currency after March 12th. Let's see. We've had a 70% crash in Russia, 75% in China on Sunday night. Europe is next. I think she's of the mindset that when Europe crashes, we go. And then she said, just wait, it's coming. Tug neat. Dad got to ride right seat in a Piedmont Airlines DC-3. I did. I got a little bit of time in a 737 flying from Gothenburg, Sweden to Lucerne, Switzerland. That was actually, we landed in Zurich and then drove to Lucerne. But it was interesting getting to fly. Cash, Dow Jones up probably over 300. The Dow Jones futures were running like 350, 360 points today, which when you realize that the Fed is expected to announce higher interest rates today. Let me keep going on this one. While I've got your attention, let's see, dollars or rubles, Russian debt, talking about that implosion. Unfortunately, I went across my New York Times. I clear it out and I change cookies and VPN. I just don't want to pay for it. And blow to Biden, Saudi Arabia considers helping China unseat the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Now, for you XRP folks, you are going to enjoy the next couple of these in that same thought pattern. Tobias Lewis. I found this same article in CV, a number of different organizations where they have, I guess, paid this author for it. Ripple partner and Wells Fargo collaborate on SWIFT replacement, making the SWIFT system unnecessary for cross-country or international transfers. Ripple winning its lawsuit and looking like they're coming out. You guys are really looking good on the Ripple side. I'm excited for you XRP folks. Very excited for you XRP folks. Especially as, I mean, that's world changing. This ends the Federal Reserve lock on banking. This is absolutely huge. I didn't even mean to squeeze this one in here, but it is interesting. Evergrande's electric vehicles approved for sale. How did I get that one in there? Embattled property developer Evergrande has a branch that does sales, so it looks like their electric vehicle business is going to survive even if their property company does not survive. Foreign exchange reserves rise to a record 110 billion. This is Vietnam. Vietnam literally could close down their entire economy for 4 months and still pay every one of their bills. This is to let you know just what kind of tremendous shape that Vietnam is in right now. Also part of the reason why the U.S. Treasury Department is pushing on them to go ahead and raise their rate and talk about raising of their rate, because it's contributing to a major trade imbalance for us, and its rate should be much higher. Health and Wellness Warriors Network, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you. All right, let's keep running. Saudi Arabia considers accepting yuan instead of dollars for Chinese oil sales. Think about that when it's huge. What to expect as Russia warns of historic debt default. This is also expected today. One of their coupon payments, it's like 117 million in interest payments on 2 of its bonds because the money is frozen. Can't pay it. Here it is again in CNBC. Russia could be about to default on its debt. Here's what you need to know as it runs. The market is literally poised for an implosion today, and it is shooting up. Petro Yuan, institutional investors may have to deal with a new world order of currencies. The catalyst of the de-dollarization is it's always worked before when it was just a small country. You know, we put sanctions on, I don't know, Libya, Venezuela. They weren't big enough to really fight back and continue to trade when we put the sanctions on them. We've bit off more than we can chew now. We're putting sanctions on a number of countries, at the same time, basically. By going after Russia, we're going after India, we're going after China, we're going after so many countries, and we've just bitten more than we can chew. Political science students will be studying this for 100 years. 100 years at least as a textbook example of how not to run politics or economy. This is something. All right, let's keep running. Ooh, Reddit Soldier of Fortune. I wish I could talk about this. Now be prepared for horrendous language because Salty Cracker did this one. They are speaking with, this guy is actually a number of folks from Georgia that signed up to go fight in the Ukraine. They heeded the call. Pick up your arms. A lot of them former military. They rushed off to that international training peacekeeping center. Many of them have not been issued guns at all. No body armor, no gear, no kit. Even the ones that have been issued a magazine, there might be 10 bullets in it. And even threaten when they're like, man, we can't fight like this. Going home, they said, you leave, we'll shoot you in the back. We'll put you out of the country. It brings up an interesting point. Now, you're going to have to listen to his take on this one, not mine. Basically, that these international fighters are being brought in so that they can die, so that they can whip up support internationally, so that they can go on the news and say, well, there's 200 dead Americans, there's 100 dead Brits, there's 50 dead soldiers from, I don't know, Greece or Ireland or something. That they're setting up for failure on purpose. He is giving a warning to all those that are still thinking of coming. Stop, turn around now. This is not what it appears. So this one is a very interesting, salty cracker. Let me share this one. For those that don't want to take the time to look through all of my links, I'm just going to share it over here. Let you make your own decisions instead of mine. Some really interesting things going on reading. Doug, yeah, we talked about this last night. Doug saying, Trolling News Network, sanctions on Pelosi, Biden, Schumer, Romney too. It's about time. We even have another one of those for you. Hello, Pickles. It's good to see you. 2020, yeah, I can't even say. I guess I can say nullification. That's still safe to say, right? Audit bills dead or dying in state legislatures. Even when presented with the evidence, they are still dying or dying in committee because people are afraid to tackle them. And the public backlash, afraid of being a target of DHS, CIA, FBI. So you have many of them leaving it there. Now, what a lot of states have done is they've passed new laws, but they're leaving the old one kind of there to die on the vine, unfortunately. Biden withdrawals, Raskin's Fed nomination. Have you studied some of his nominations? His wokeness is his own worst enemy. He keeps picking people so out there that you have to resist. And once again, Manchin has shot him on the foot on this one. Way to go, Manchin. All right. Debt to GDP. Top 12 countries with the highest debt to GDP ratio. One of the first things we learned in macroeconomics was that your GDP to debt could not be over about 75%. We were told that we need to treat a country similar to how we treated a household economically. Because when your debt gets too high, you can never get ahead. You're always going to be going behind. And that rule of thumb was around two-thirds to 75% or so. Here they're referencing 77%, which I think is a little bit on the high side. Countries with the highest debt to GDP ratios. Venezuela, 350%. United States, 128%. We could take all of our profits, 100% of our entire gross domestic product, and not be able to pay off our debt. So this is literally, we are running at about double the rate that is sustainable. I could not resist putting this one in there. I'm trying to remember who sent it to me off the top of my head to give proper credit. But it is very interesting. Very interesting. Japan occupies. I was just sitting here reading. I want to stop and finish reading the article. I haven't had time. All right. On the whole sanction thing, exclusive Meghan and Harry's $14 million Vancouver mansion where they escaped to after quitting royal life is linked to a lawyer whose clients include Russian oligarchs and a sanctioned former deputy prime minister. I wonder if they're going to have to move over this whole Biden sanctioning of ministers and oligarchs. And what's the difference between a Russian oligarch and an American oligarch, right? What's the difference between some of these Russian billionaires and, I don't know, Soros and Bezos and these folks, other than the country in which they reside? David, thank you. And we saw that. We have seen Trudeau has been, I can't wait for them to find their assets in these other countries that Russia has friendly relations with. as we've gone after them in the, Germany, they're taking a Russian billionaire's yacht. What happens when it's Russia taking the mansions that belong to the politicians from the U.S. that have mansions in the Ukraine, or mansions, let's say, I don't know, in Hong Kong or Taiwan or somewhere else, when it's China taking those? Wonder how they're going to feel about this when it's them locking up their accounts when they attempt to do a cross-border transfer on a system and they are able to get their hands on it. This is going to be very interesting to watch play out. All right, now I'm just going to song and verse. Also, this ties in song and verse with why we're seeing a run in the American stock market. We're seeing wealth leave other stock markets, and they're going to the least ugly pig right now. The least ugly pig for them to put their money in is the U.S. stock market, in belief that it will not get hit or beat up as hard as the Asian stock market, Russian stock market, European stock market. So part of the reason why we're still going up, even though our fundamentals look like crap, is that our fundamentals don't look as bad as everybody else's fundamentals. A lot of the reason we are starting to see the decrease in, or the supposed decrease in, metal prices, you have a lot of people unloading, trying to move their money now. So they're unloading their paper metals, they're unloading their paper gold, their paper silver, in an attempt to hoard some kind of cash and move it to some place where it can't get sanctioned, or to put it in a market where they can still touch it. So that's part of why we're seeing what we are seeing. Actually, it's a lot of why we're seeing it. Leslie, I guess somebody else used the lipstick on the pig. The Robert David Steele did as well. That's always been one of the famous sayings in, where did it come? Probably late 60s. The heights of Keynesian macroeconomic theory is when lipstick on a pig, or at least that's the first time I remember, because I've read it so many times when I was studying economics. Zip your lip. I am on YouTube. Everybody here is commenting. Zip your lip. We were taking off of our regular YouTube channel. We discussed on October 15th, Bob Locke and I made the mistake of discussing a lawsuit that was won in regards to things that happened in November every so many years, where you find, you pick which congressman or senator or candidate you like. So we discussed a lawsuit that was actually won, and that was enough to get me a strike on March. When was it? It was March 10th. Which put us off of YouTube for 2 weeks. So we are at Trolling News if you want to find us. We're here on Twitch. If you ever don't find me, you know that I'm still out there, guys. You just know that Big Brother Media, the Orwellian world, has got me. So make certain you know where to find me. Otherwise, Trolling News Network, Zip Your Lip. Of course, Twitch. Trying to think of all the Rumble. You can find me, the original MarkZ. Speaking of which, I need to do that right now. Here, let me give you guys something over here. Ooh, before I forget, Synergy, the Shira has done from our own community, guys. Let me pull it up this way. Now you'll be able to see it. She's done a special coupon code for anybody. I showed these last night, and I got probably half a dozen emails with people wanting to know where to order. It's aromatherapy. Spray it, smell it. It's like infused with CBD. I love the one that's Nurture. So she even came up with a code, all capital. It looks like MarkZ, for a discount code for anybody if you are interested. Pretty cool. I have found it does. I don't know. I like aromatherapy. I like good smelling stuff. Don't forget Fred's Live Network, right? We can always find me there. You can always find me on PPN as well. They even record them. So as YouTube literally strikes videos with anything that might question the narrative, and they remove them if you ever want to make certain you can find them. Odyssey is recording my videos. Rumble's recording my videos. And PPN is keeping them as well. I love this one. I'm going to leave that one up for just a second. Then Soli Deo Gloria said, why is nobody talking about Russian ruble? Shake my head. First to be gold backed. What a great question. This should be the mainstream news around the world. Also, another one we talked about last night during the evening news was Russia no longer allowing their banks or their version of Treasury to buy gold so that there's more available for individuals. Canceling any tax on purchases of those precious metals so that the people will always have a spendable currency. It is brilliant. They are completely removing their reliance on the rest of the world. Something in the United States, they keep pushing us towards globalism. They keep pushing us towards dependence on other countries. Instead of bringing manufacturing back, monetary control back, or any of those, they're pushing us on dependence so that we are not self-sufficient. Meanwhile, you have Russia, whether it's intentional or they just have to at this point, pushing for that independence and sovereignty. It's very interesting to watch this thing play out slowly. But you're right, should be one of the biggest conversations occurring right now, and it is crickets in the main world. Deanna says, Charlie says the ruble will trigger the RV. It could. Lori, how do I get an email to get a revaluation appointment? When it's time, make certain you go sign up at Dinar Recaps, Chronicles, any of the news aggregating sites for their regular email news updates. I've been told from a couple of banks that's how they plan on distributing that number. Wow. Let's see. Kat said, what is it? Something. Bank World offered $300 US for 100 trillion Zim notes. Wow. See, there you go. Already making money. Ooh, yes. Red, white, and blonde. You bring up an excellent point. If you ever do need to find me, you literally can just do this. You can just go to the original MarkZ.com and it is going to show you where the last videos are, and then you can go through them. You can find last night's, you can find today's, you click on it, and here, let's just click on it says daily links, but it'll take you to the video also. But you can literally just click on them. It takes a minute. I've overloaded it, and the video is going to pop up with where it's showing a recording of it. And also, see right there, you can watch what's going on today. Here's all the links we're discussing. That's a great point. If you ever can't find me, just go to the original MarkZ. I made sure to find a hosting company for the website that was not based in the United States and also not owned or controlled by the Alphabet Corporation. Perf and Paul. The 2850 rate we've heard years ago that would be available in the first 10 million if you have dinar, but I can't get anybody to confirm it. So I think I would be doing a disservice to get people expecting 2850. Have we heard that literally from the beginning of this thing, that the first 10 million dinar you have will be at 2850 per? Yeah, we've heard it, but I can't get any banker to agree that that is the expected rate. Just that pervasive rumor from the very early days that that's what was to be expected. Eric, it literally is going to say, you're not going to need to search for it, Eric. I know a lot of people are worried that they're somehow going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. It's going to be easy. It'll probably say something like redemption instructions. The jet has landed. It's going to be spectacular. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Even if there's an NDA, they may not be able to discuss the rate or the details, but they'll say, yes, it's finally happened. Check your emails. You're not going to miss it. Nobody worry. Huge axle rod. You sip a lot of coffee. Yes. Do you have any idea how tough it is on the vocal cords to talk nonstop for hours a day? You need that warm liquid to keep the old pipes working. Ceci, that's why it's important to make certain you sign up for recaps and all the other sites in case the bank doesn't have your email from where you purchased the currency. Tess, I still don't understand the Iraqi connection to this RV. It's one of the many countries. It's one of the biggest cogs in the wheel. How did we balance the budget in the 90s? The Kuwaiti revaluation. It's one of the easiest to watch, the Iraqi revaluation, because there's so much information available, and it is one of the biggest winners in this thing. It's one of the biggest revaluations going. Indonesia is expected to be a big one. Vietnam's expected to be a big one. They're all part of, think of them as a piston in the engine of the gold reset. Judith, you are so correct. The stock market bubble is about to blow. If you weren't just starving, weren't worried about losing your house, it would be a very interesting time to sit back and watch. Unfortunately, so many people are just struggling and barely surviving. Not my name. I'm ready to build housing for women, vets, and rescue animals. Let's all manifest this RV. Not my name. I like that. What do you guys have planned? 365 shift. What's your opinion of the Chinese Yellow Dragon and Phoenix banknotes? I don't know. I kind of like currency better than the historic notes. We're hearing somewhere between 30 and 50 billion per box of 1,000. So if you do the math, to me, you're better off buying currency. I don't mind them, though. Carol, what about trust? Boy, this is a question I've answered like, I don't know, guys, 100,000 times. If you've got one, fantastic. If you've learned about them, fantastic. Not having one's not going to keep you from exchanging. Are you going to want one like any wealthy person out there does or has? At some point, you're going to want one, yes. Are laws going to change? Most likely 90% of the trust that you would get today will be useless after the laws change, if we are correct at all. We get Nasser Jasser in common law, and we finally stab a knife in the back of admiralty law, which robs from us, then, yeah, I mean, get one, knock yourself out if you want one, learn about it. I have an irrevocable common law trust I got from Bob. Will it even get used? I don't know. Joyce, I bought it on Amazon. Where I'll get same place everybody else does. Joyce, make certain you go to like Dinar Recaps. I'll do that in front of everybody if you all would like. For anybody that still has not done that, please do it. They'll probably hate me over there for telling everybody, but it is my understanding. Matter of fact, they even have a special place where they plan on posting all of the forget what it is, dinarrecaps.com/redemption or something like that. They share that on occasion. All right, go to their homepage. This is the only one I'm familiar with. I can't even tell you the address for the other news aggregating sites. Feel free to share them in there if you'd like to. Go down to the bottom. It says join the Recaps free email newsletter list. Boom. Well, I don't need this ad, so let's just close the ad. And here's the email sign up. Fill out your stuff, your email, your first name, your last name, hit submit. You're now on their list. It's free. You join their email news list. Boom, you're set. Now you get it. Now you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be paranoid. Where am I going to get the notice? You just know you're going to get it. I am busy reading through all of you guys' comments. David, not sure which attorney trust putting together my. You can do your guys. There are so many free common law trusts out there. Seeds of Wisdom has a few templates for doing your own. You can download a trust if you're worried about it. Me personally, literally every one of my bankers have told me you don't have to have a trust. So, I mean, I'm not concerned about going to exchange, whether I've got one or don't have one. I think it's more important that you start learning about them so that when it goes, you can get yourself covered and protected as quickly as possible. Peace. Thank you very much for that. I like that Maria Strawberry's mobile dental clinic is on my list. Talking about the things you want to do. Embroidery, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sharon Newbells. Sharon's. Animal Rescue and Preserve in Texas. I'm reading some of these things. There are no attorneys you can trust. C. Taylor, I am told that you will have your own version of an 800 number depending on what you have in your country. That they will know. Most likely, we will get a secure link that will direct you based on the IP address of your computer when you go to set that appointment, and it will direct you to how best to set your appointment, whether that is your version of an 800 number, whether you're in the Philippines, whether you're in London, whether you're sitting in, Morocco or some other place. That's how they will know. But you will have your version of that. Joyce, thank you. Shane, thank you for your service. Steve's birthday too. Happy birthday, Steve. Steve, Sharon, Newell. Steve, I'm still calling you darling, though, just so you're prepared. Huh. I'm enjoying a lot of these. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. And time's flying. Pepito, don't be too concerned about what you need as far as it is going to be an organized event by bank personnel. You're going to know before you go in that it is safe. You're going to see guards. You're going to see all kinds of security. It's not something you guys need to be afraid of. Lots of birthdays today. Behind the mic. Hello, behind the mic. I would think Russian Rule will be first to go since Russia's kicking off the Jacera thing. You know, if you're into playing currencies, one that you can absolutely count on is the Russian ruble. If it's down 70%, it's going to bounce back at least 70%. Oh, and it's gold back now. I don't think it is going to be the exponential winner of a lot of currencies, but it could certainly double in value easily, with no problem at all after this. Ooh, I like this. Mobility units for handicapped or prosthetics. Teenage kids, homeless people. Should put that one up. Thank you, Mikola. Betty's daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to Betty's daughter. Hey, Betty, I got a son. He's 29. He looks literally just like me. Poor guy. One of those where people will see him and say, hey, I know your dad, even though they've never met him before. Let's see. No big deal. Biden signs executive order for digital. And basically just that they're trying to figure out how to do a central bank currency. Is it proof of work or proof of stake? They're worried if they do a proof of work that it will be too energy intensive for today's woke climate world, which I get a kick out of because somehow proof of work, meaning the computers, that's like Bitcoin's a proof of work, not a proof of stake. Ethereum's like a proof of stake. Hopefully I got that right. And if I didn't, I'm certain somebody will correct me. They're worried that it's going to consume more energy, which to me is absolutely asinine. You don't need tellers. You don't need bankers. It would consume a lot less energy than the system we have now, a whole lot less. The administration is too late to the game. They're trying to play that one. They won't get it out the door. This is the same administration that within 36 hours of taking office tried to get Mr. C to kick the can and dedicate his money so that they could rehypothecate the old fiat system, and he refused. In other words, don't listen to anything out of this administration. Win, do you think that if you move your exchange funds from the original account they were put into the exchange to different accounts, the QFs will be able to see that? Absolutely, it'll be able to see it. And so you're not really safe from a clawback of funds for one reason. You're not going to be able to move and hide your money anymore. That is very important for everybody. Existing banking structures mean nothing. I am told that you can have 1 million different accounts. When you go in, it's not going to matter. They're going to make you a new account, period. Not an option any other way where you're not exchanging your dollars. Annabelle she is like, okay, Dad, it's time for you to pet me. Love on me. Quit talking to these people, Dad. There is outside, I wish I could like find a way to point to it, but like literally right there is these 2 big windows and the front porch. And in the corner of the front porch, I have these finches that make a nest every year in the same corner. I mean, every year for the 15 years or so I have been here in the same house. And she is fascinated by them. She did the same thing last year when they were building there. She sits right in here and stares as they go back and forth and back and forth. And they're rebuilding the nest from scratch. They've used the same one before, but the front porch needed paint, so we got paint. So the nest had to come down, and I really didn't think the birds were going to be back this year, but they certainly are, building in the same spot. I mean, I know it's a different generation of birds, but she thinks it's great. She is not overly happy. She has somebody coming here to stay with her at the house while I am gone because, I saw Mike G post it. No podcast tomorrow. If everything goes crazy smooth tomorrow, I will do an evening podcast. But that is only if things go perfectly tomorrow. And when you're traveling in today's world, you don't know. So don't forget, you won't find me tomorrow. Susan, you get a number for that the same way you get a number for any of it. Make sure you go sign up at Recaps, Chronicles, any of those. Porchland, yes, that's the same thing as a front entry. We call them porches. It's a covered porch, got a couple of rocking chairs on front. Daniel, RV, how will it affect the value of the dollar? It is my understanding, Daniel, that the dollar will not change value until we move towards parity. And then it will get more purchasing power. Right now, the standard that everything is adjusting to is the dollar. She doesn't talk to the finches. So in other words, if you got a bunch of dollars, you're not going to see a lot of change in the value of what you've got in the bank yet. Now that was funny. None of your business, a Joe Exotic release fund. If you're unfamiliar with who that is, that would be the Tiger King from the early days of the pandemic when everybody watched that one. Oh, wow. Maddie B, Baker Mayfield released. I would love to see Baker come to that. I like Baker. I think he's had a crap team around him and horrendous coaching, but we've just picked up Trubowski. Did I get that one right? So I don't think we're going to take him, even if he would be a better long-term decision. Racer Dogs. Tiger King is actually a real guy. Can you believe that? I mean, like literally exists in the real world, is in jail. And it's all that. I've got to say it. I cannot resist. It's going to be worth $1. Although I don't have PayPal, so I got to find another way to get money to the swear jar for Okie. Now that they have removed my ability to use PayPal. So anyways, it's that. All right, I'm trying not to curse today. It's that Carol Baskin. That witch Carol Baskin there. I can say it that one, and you guys change one letter. Projects. We have such a fun future to look forward to. Pickles, it is so fun thinking about the difference we're going to be able to make. The people we're going to be able to help. Oh, man. Susan, what about interest rates? Interest rates should go up. So, yes, you should be able to make more money. Interest rates have been artificially suppressed. A mortgage loan for a percent or two is historically not right. I mean, what would you have to gain by doing a mortgage for somebody if you're only making a percent or two? It would make no sense for you to save your money or invest your money that way. So yeah, you'll be able to make more. Money should have a cost. It should also have more purchasing power. You won't borrow as much for a house. You won't need a 30-year mortgage because it won't be overly inflated. You will go back to how it used to work. You get a 5-year, 10-year mortgage. A long one would be a 15-year mortgage. Unredacted, that would not surprise me. Unredacted said Trump survived another assassination attempt on Saturday. He said he's mad as Hades and pushing up the timeline. I absolutely hope so. I can tell you from somebody that has served on his Secret Service detail that he is one of the most targeted presidents in American history. I think that's a safe way to put it. Censored duck. Outcome is income. Constitution Project mobile training centers on Constitution and Bill of Rights. Ooh, that might actually be fun. You just got me thinking outcome is income. Like constitutional summer camp where they learn about, think about how many especially financially challenged families, outcome is income, have to do whatever camps that they can do in the summer for kids because they need childcare. They need affordable childcare. So a lot of families will put them in camps because both parents work. What an opportunity to perhaps have a paid summer camp where we pull our money and it's invested so that it can continue to build itself. What we invest in could be real estate platforms, banks, loans, something so that the program makes money and you can, instead of it costing, it can be a free summer camp for these kids. And you do things like revolutionary battles, Civil War battles. You talk about the Constitution. You talk about the real history. And you take this opportunity not to brainwash them, but to teach them the real history. And you could do this in other countries as well. You could teach them about Hobbes and Locke and the social contract in which they used to govern. You could teach them all of these things in a summer camp, and then you could pay the parents to have the kids. In other words, rather than it costing the parents $150, $200 a week to put them in camp, you can pay the parents $100 a week per kid or whatever if they will come to your camp as an incentive to be able to reach them with real history instead of that brainwashed stuff they are trying, the CRT, the whatever you guys want to call it. Well, you just got me thinking of a new one. My brain is going to be an overload today. Absolutely an overload. Camp for kids. It would be great to teach them the truth. Great idea. Free summer camps, such a need for this. Free summer camps. You could teach them Constitution. You could teach them how to change oil in a car because there are so many dads not present anymore. So single moms need help. All right. You guys have me all kinds of whoo. Oh, God, pickles. As soon as we know the real history, Mark, right? Racer dogs, it is a bit of a daunting task. I like this one. Oh, Thomas Hobbes camp, nasty, brutish, and short. Oh, man. Now, it's either going to work or it ain't garage. Says minus 120 days before the midterm. We'll put Nasera around the 4th of July. I have definitely heard this one before as well, that is the easiest time to do it before already scheduled elections. I've definitely heard that rumor running around too. Beach nut forever. She does have a lovely tail, doesn't she? She just walks by, flashes in front of my nose. Melissa, yes, live tonight at 7. Boy, I've got a plate full. I should probably wrap up a touch early today and get busy. I have so many work things that have to be finished today. Packing, getting ready. I've got to be on the road at like 5 in the morning to fly out of Charlotte. It is going to be a crazy one. It's going to be a crazy one for me. John, absolutely. The Zelensky public relations tour. Think about this one. It's a war of the mind. It's not a war of nuclear weapons or conventional weapons. This is a war of propaganda going on right now. Rhonda, can you have more than one project? Absolutely, you can. And I would highly suggest you have more than one, unless you have one that is just exceptional, is fantastic, and require all of your effort. Otherwise, yes, have more than one. Also, keep in mind, you should have more than one idea for a project. What happens if everybody, I mean, like 90% of the people want to find a home for homeless vets? So you're going to have trillions of dollars chasing a $20 billion project. So you're not going to need it. So very much consider having more than one project in mind, maybe 2 or 3, and a couple of paragraphs on each one, because it will probably improve your chance of getting extra funding for a project. That is my thought anyways. Dean, I'm told that any transaction fee has already been figured in the treaty, that it is fixed, and whoever handles it is going to get it. It doesn't come out of you. It's covered kind of in the back end, kind of like when you go in to buy a beer at your local pub. It's $2.50, although it's probably more like $2.30 some cents, and then the tax is figured a different way to keep the math easy. Jackie, I will be in Puerto Rico for business. And for those that don't know, a lot of the future of finance is happening in Puerto Rico. It's becoming a decentralized or DeFi hub. So I've got a couple of interviews and those kinds of things that I've got to do down there. If I get lucky, Mike Maloney will look me up and I'll get to talk silver while I'm there. I probably should have reached out to him. He might have taken the time. Laurel, I've heard, what is it? Scott's Bank or something like that. Scotia. I'm going to have to go back through my old notes on that one, Laurel. I should remember that one, but I don't. Royal Bank of Canada, there's like 2 major ones, and it has been years since I have taken the time to look because I'm not in Canada. And I want to say it was Scotiabank and RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, but that is off the top of my head. I'd have to go back through my notes. Jelly to you, I'll be back in a week. I'm gone the 17th to the 24th, but I am taking my laptop. I won't be able to share as many cool articles and stuff because I won't have the multiple screens set up. But at this point, I should only be missing my Thursday stream this week and Thursday next week due to travel. The rest of them, we may have to throw an evening stream to like 9 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. So just be fluid over the next week starting tomorrow. I will share every time with you what is going on. The expectation is still to have every morning stream at exactly the normal time, with the exception of Thursday and Thursday because of travel. Jeff, they do. I am expected for the redemption centers to have pre-approved projects you can pick where you have to do nothing. You just dedicate part of your humanitarian funding to go to it, which to me would be a no-brainer. If they give you an option, you don't have to do anything. It doesn't affect how much money you get personally. You're just saying, instead of me doing a project, I'm going to do your pre-approved project to, I don't know, clean up the oceans. Why not, right? Why not take one of those pre-approved? And I'm told that they will send us a list when we sign our digital NDA to set our appointment, and that you can pick until you go. Sven, I will get there in one piece. Happy St. Pat's tomorrow, right? Skeeter, I'll absolutely tweet you if anything fun happens. Bernard, I like that one. I heard where Mark had to be out of the country for the RV to happen. That's exactly it. As soon as I hit international airspace, they go, hey, you didn't know I'm the new president. Oh, wait, no, I'm the king. That's it. I'm not, I'm the king of America. Right here, let me puff out my chest. Rosa, David, aka Angel. We've got a number of folks from Puerto Rico, and that's every one of them says the corruption needs to be removed. It'll happen. Don't worry. Hey, maybe I'll love it and I'll just move there and do local Puerto Rican politics, right? I know I am absolutely tired of the weather up here. Let's see, Jamie. The way you're talking about podcasts, the RV won't be completed by then. For me, anywhere between here and April 4th, based on what I'm hearing now. Could be tomorrow, could be any second. But I've learned not to set my watch by it and plan accordingly. Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Include a salary for yourself or anybody that's helping you when you talk about setting up your humanitarian projects. Captain Jim, it's going to be a party while I'm gone. The petty sock. Old San Juan is beautiful. Cobblestone, kind of hilly, tough for a handicapped guy because it's uneven footing and hilly, but it is pretty cool. MarkZ, I'll definitely call in on one of the PPN shows and update you. Anaka Rao, I went there. Oh, wow. Boy, that artwork on the hands. Beautiful. That's one of the fun things about traveling throughout much of Africa and the Middle East is all of that just really neat work they do with the, I'm trying to remember what they call it, the ink or the dye that they use. Henna, that's it. Henna, thank you. WDNF. Anyways, Frank, thanks, man. Henna. The henna tattoos are neat. You get on, I mean, you go anywhere, whether it's a bus, a plane, and just drawn all over in the henna. I love it. It's neat looking. Reminds you you're not in Kansas anymore. Miss Tina, no, do not worry about address verification. It is going to be pretty seamless. If you don't have an ID, guys, you're still going to go make your appointment. I'm told they may limit if you do not have your set address. They know where to find you, all those things, that you may only get a small percentage of it, but they will help you get any of that worked out. Just like Bob has said, think Crumpets and Drysdales. I'm trying to catch this one. Pearl, thank you from our O'Sullivan clan. Happy St. Pat's. Yep, you're right. All right, I'm getting out of here. It is 10:59. I got to get out of here. We've got Steve, Sharon, Newell, and other birthdays to sing for. I'm going to sing it and get out of here. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darlings. And Steve, may you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Also, Lynn H, a.k.a. the B-Mom. Thank you so very much, B-Mom. All right, see you guys this evening at 7. Bye, guys.